Next on Worcester News tonight, an important financial boost for the task force battling the area's opioid epidemic, and a potential breakthrough by researchers at UMass Medical School. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. Researchers at UMass Medical School make a new, exciting discovery today. Our Kayla Mamalak has more.
This is probably the most important discovery of this year.
Dr. Jeremy Lubin is one of two local researchers who have made a new discovery in the fight against HIV. It's two proteins called serin C5 and serin C3. These proteins reduce the HIV virus from infecting new cells.
We discovered it in human cells, the very cells that HIV would infect, the natural target cells of HIV.
These proteins exist in human cells. So why hasn't it prevented HIV in the past? Gottlinger explains it's because HIV contains a protein called NEF, which counteracts these serin C proteins in the human body, allowing HIV to enter cells and eventually destroy the immune system.
One of the reasons why it's not strong enough is because the virus had found a way to thwart it.
If we could potentiate the activity of this factor in our cells to prevent the formation of new invading viruses, we could block the virus and prevent it from causing disease.
Both Lubin and Gottlinger work at UMass Medical. They both discovered these proteins individually in respective labs in different ways.
It gives you a lot of confidence when you realize that someone else has found the same thing via a totally different route. It just makes it much more likely that what you found is really important.
Lubin says he, along with researchers all over the world, have been searching for this protein for more than a decade. Gottlinger says his next step will be to work on how to enhance these serin C proteins to be stronger than NEF. He hopes it will take down HIV and hopefully other viruses. Kayla Mamalak, Worcester News Tonight.
Central Massachusetts may not have received the most rain in the state, but the wet weather still made for a record-setting day in Worcester. According to the National Weather Service, Worcester set a daily rainfall record Wednesday. The city received 2.39 inches of rain, breaking the old record set back in 1946. While there were some instances of street flooding in Worcester, the rainfall was a welcome sight to the nearby Wachusett Reservoir.
It's hard to complain about the rain after all the dryness we had, so we'll take a few rainy days. The water is a good thing. It helps to keep the reservoirs full. It's also helpful for us because we manage so much land. We own 18,000 acres in this watershed.
Wachusett is the second largest reservoir in Massachusetts. It supplies Boston with much of its drinking water. First detection of the EEE virus this year in the state has been found in a mosquito in Northbridge. Massachusetts Department of Public Health announced today that the samples of mosquitoes were collected on September 25th, and the finding raises the risk level in the town of Northbridge to low. The level change does not include a recommendation to avoid evening outdoor events, but personal protection from mosquitoes is highly advised. The City of Worcester hears from at-large city council candidates in the second installment of a four-part series. The goal is to give candidates a platform to share their message and let residents engage on topics. In the first part of the series, candidates focused on community development and neighborhood revitalization. Tonight's forum was held at the Worcester Public Library. The focus was on growing Worcester's economy.
The economic development was a major topic, including immigrants, because Worcester is blessed with having quite a few immigrants. And they are actually a major part of our economy and a growing part of our economy. 37% of new businesses that are opening in the city are immigrant-owned. And so I would say that's having a very positive impact on the Worcester community.
The next forum will be on Wednesday, October 14th at the YWCA with the topic of civic engagement and accessible government. Two Leicester men are ordered to do 500 hours of work and community service. It's a condition of the probation given to Danny Nguyen and Jesse D'Amelio. The two were charged with 126 counts of vandalism. The incidents took place in Worcester in late 2013. The men will now spend 250 hours cleaning up graffiti in the city, and the additional 250 hours will be spent doing community service throughout the district attorney's community outreach program. Important funding in the fight against the opioid epidemic comes to Central Mass today. The district attorney announced a major grant Wednesday, and our Olivia Lemon was there and has the details.
It permeates every part of society. It's not just a drug issue, it's a life issue.
District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. says the opioid crisis has claimed 89 lives from overdoses in Worcester County this year. Wednesday, he announces an almost $400,000 grant. It will be used over the next 2 years to fund education and prevention efforts.
The Harold Rogers Grant from the Bureau of Justice and Assistance is one of only 14 that are awarded throughout the country and one of only 2 who are awarded in our category, that is the courts.
Early says the goals of the grant include improving data quality and monitoring, reducing the number of people misusing and abusing prescription drugs, reducing unintentional overdose deaths, and
how to help law enforcement to investigate and respond to crimes involving prescription drugs and opioids, and how to remove drug traffickers from our streets and put them in jail.
For years, people looked at, I think, drug abuse as a law enforcement problem. Now it's becoming a whole community problem because we can't do it alone. We're not going to wrest our way out of this. It's like I say, it takes an entire community to solve this problem.
Northbridge Police Chief Walter Warchel says throughout his career, he's seen the drug problem affect all parts of a community. Early says the grant is not targeting a specific group other than the people who are most likely to abuse drugs or are already abusing them.
The numbers tell us it's about 80% of the people who misuse or abuse prescription drugs are the ones that end up graduating to heroin. It's just unbelievable how this has graduated into such a problem.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Well, an uplifting story out of Uxbridge is the fire department will be wearing pink uniforms for the entire month of October in support of National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The department posted this picture on their Facebook page today, which gives you a preview of what the uniforms look like. Breast Cancer Awareness Month hits home for the department. Captain and paramedic Missy Blodgett is a 3-year survivor of